presidential aide Jeong Yun-hoe undergoes a 16-hour interrogation, repeatedly denying allegations that he meddled in state affairs. A government inspection team finds more leaks at the brand new aquarium at the Lotte World Complex. And another professor at Korea's Seoul National University is under investigation for sexually harassing a student. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Thursday, December 11th. I'm Sean Lim in for Luke Clary. Let's begin with the brewing political scandal entangling the nation's top office. Former presidential aide Jeong Yun-hoe has undergone a 16-hour interrogation at the prosecutor's office. There, Jeong repeatedly denied allegations that he met with former presidential secretaries on a regular basis to meddle in state affairs.
Prosecutors at the Seoul Central District Prosecutor's Office finished interrogating Jeong Yun-hoe at 1:40 a.m. Thursday. Jeong first appeared at the prosecutor's office on Wednesday morning and underwent 16 hours of questioning.
불장난에 춤을 춘 배우는 누구라고 생각하시는 겁니까?
검찰 수사 결과를 지켜보시면 알 겁니다.
Prior to the interrogation, Jeong told journalists that hopefully the investigation will reveal who leaked the memo and who tried to benefit from the scandal. Jeong's interrogation focused on whether Jeong and other presidential aides mentioned in the leaked memo did indeed hold secret meetings. According to sources, Jeong not only denied having held regular meetings with Cheong Wa Dae officials, but said that he hadn't been keeping in touch with them for a long time. The prosecutors reportedly cross-examined Jeong and Police Superintendent Kwan-cheon, who wrote the leaked memo, to find out if Park compiled the memo at the order of a superior authority, as Jeong had testified. The prosecutors have also searched the house and office of a person identified only as Park, who allegedly provided information to the police superintendent, who later recorded it in the memo. The prosecutors will identify the person based on the seized materials.
A government inspection team made an emergency on-site check at the brand new aquarium at Lotte World 2 in Seoul. Lotte initially reported only one leak, but investigators found two more. With public anxiety already high over safety at the new complex, there are concerns that the situation might be worse than expected.
The aquarium at the second Lotte World was first found to be leaking on December 3rd. Repairs have been underway for more than a week, but water droplets are still forming at the leak. A government-led joint inspection team has found two more faults at the beluga whale tank, in addition to the main tank that was first found to be leaking. Inspectors expressed concern over the leaks growing larger. If water flows down to the underground high-voltage substation directly below, it could cause a serious safety issue.
수족관이 위치하고 있는 아래층에 지금 아주 초급 전기 설비가 존재를 하고 있기 때문에 대형 재난 사고의 우려가 있기 때문에 지금 그게 크게 문제가 되고 있는 것 같습니다.
However, Lotte refuted the inspection team's criticisms, arguing that leaks are common at aquariums and easily repairable.
In RBT's experience, this is what we call a minor leak. This is a minor leak. It doesn't put anyone in danger. It's not a dangerous situation.
Based on the results of two on-site investigations conducted by 11 experts, the inspection team will announce its decision on whether to halt operation of the aquarium at the government complex in Seoul.
Earlier and more intense, the North Korean military is reportedly breaking norms over its winter drills, which come a month earlier than usual. The South Korean military has responded by beefing up its own preparations for possible provocations.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, who declared 2015 as the year of national reunification, recently visited the North Korean People's Army Unit 1313 to oversee its winter drills and encourage the soldiers.
싸움 준비에서는 내일이 없다는 자각을 안고 싸움 준비 완성에 박차를 가해야 한다고 말씀하셨습니다.
The North Korean military has stepped up training for its special forces as well. Sources say an estimated 10,000 special operations forces are participating in parachuting drills on the AN-2 utility aircraft to be used in an invasion of the South. That's about 20 times more than in previous years. The South Korean military said that North Korea kicked off its winter military drills a month earlier than usual, and that it's the largest to take place in the past decade. At a meeting of the top South Korean military commanders on Wednesday, specific measures to prepare for any possible provocations were discussed.
한미 간 긴밀한 공조하에 연합 정보 자산으로 24시간 면밀히 감시하고 있습니다. 현재까지 전쟁 임박과 관련된 징후는 없습니다.
The South Korean military also plans to deploy a combined fire operations system jointly with the Army, Navy, and Air Force to prepare for any possible missile and long-range artillery attacks from the north.
South Korea and Vietnam finalized their free trade pact, making it the nation's 15th trading partner with the free trade deal, and it marks the 5th FTA secured by the incumbent government. We have more on how this agreement will help Korea reach the great growth potential of the Vietnamese market.
South Korea and Vietnam have struck a free trade agreement 2 years and 4 months after they initiated negotiations. The heads of the two countries reached the trade agreement covering 17 categories, including products, services, and e-commerce, in a summit on Wednesday. Vietnam will open its market for 89% of its products and 92% of its imports. South Korea has agreed to open its markets for 95% of its products and imports. Vietnam will open to South Korea its markets of cars, cosmetics, and home appliances, which were not included in the South Korean ASEAN FTA. The trade pact with Vietnam will guarantee greater protection of Korea's cultural contents as it covers intellectual property rights. With a population of 90 million and an annual growth rate of 5 to 6%, Vietnam is South Korea's largest investment destination and second largest trading partner among ASEAN member countries.
한-베트남 FTA는 이러한 양국 관계가 보다 발전하는 중요한 기초가 될 것입니다.
Prior to announcing the trade agreement with Vietnam, President Park Geun-hye held a bilateral summit with Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak. The two leaders agreed to boost cooperation in the construction, infrastructure, and nuclear energy sectors.
A Seoul National University professor was arrested recently for sexual harassment for the first time in the university's history. And now another professor from the nation's top college is also undergoing a police investigation for sexually harassing a student.
The Seoul Socho Police Station says it will soon investigate a professor from Seoul National University's School of Dentistry on the charge of sexually harassing a female student. The professor allegedly kissed a student against her will when he was escorting her home after having dinner with her and other students in the Gangnam Station area in southern Seoul on November 17th. Sources say the student testified that the professor had been repeatedly harassing her at dinner gatherings since the start of the year by touching her thighs and hands. The student had to receive psychiatric treatment to overcome the shock. Last month, she submitted her complaint to the police and reported the act of sexual harassment to her university's Human Rights Center.
성추행 관련해서 고소장 접수해가지고 진행 중에 있습니다. 그 조율 중에 있습니다.
Seoul National University says it has been investigating the incident based on the student's complaint and will handle the matter according to the regulations.
Get ready for Seoul's highly regarded subway system to get even better. Seoul City will merge its two subway operators and conduct massive organizational reforms to boost efficiency, and it will also allow subway labor unions to participate in management.
Some 170 people were injured in an accident at Sangwang-simni subway station in May. The news was immediately reported to stations on lines 1 to 4, but lines 5 to 8 received the report much later, leading to inconveniences for passengers. It was because Seoul Metro is in charge of lines 1 to 4, while the Seoul Metropolitan Rapid Transit Corporation operates lines 5 to 8, and they were unable to share information in real time. The Seoul city government announced measures to reform the operation of subway lines. At the heart of the reform is a merger of the two subway operators. In addition to management and planning, station staff and technical personnel of the two organizations will also be combined. Control systems will be unified to boost the capability to deal with emergencies. The city government expects that the subway operators will be able to reduce debts which currently exceed $3.6 billion through more efficient management.
환승, 동승과 통로 정비가 어려웠지만 앞으로 환승역 전체를 놓고 종합적인 동선 재정비도 할 수 있게 될 것입니다.
Measures will also be introduced to guarantee the participation of subway labor unions in management. Labor unions will be allowed to select some of the directors on the board and reflect their opinions in the decision-making process. The Seoul city government will devise a detailed merger plan next year and complete the integration by 2016.
The city of Pompeii was wiped out 2,000 years ago by the fiery ashes of a volcanic eruption. Now, a grand exhibition is taking place in Korea to show the ancient relics from the city that was tragically destroyed.
Pompeii was one of the most vibrant port cities in the Roman Empire. But a volcanic eruption in 79 AD destroyed the entire city and its populace of 20,000 with hot ash and lava. About 2,000 years later, the city was excavated from its tomb buried under 6 meters of ash and pumice. The entire city was eerily preserved as if it was kept in a time capsule. The crouching man covers his nose and mouth with his hands. This is what he looked like at the moment when the volcanic ashes poured down on the city. One can almost hear the cries of despair coming from the models of long-dead Pompeians. These casts were made by pouring plaster into the cavities in the ash created when the bodies decomposed.
그 순간의 느낌들이 되게 실제 상황인 것처럼 다가오는 것 같아요.
The gold bracelets and accessories seem like they were just recently crafted by an artisan. The exhibition also features a variety of craft work and carbonized bread and grains from that time, and murals from the homes of wealthy trading merchants from the Roman era. Many of the remains from the heyday of the Roman civilization are on display for the museum visitors. The excavation of the ancient site of Pompeii has been ongoing for more than 250 years, but half of the relics are still buried, with 2 millennia-old secrets waiting to be unearthed.
Girl group Girls' Generation held its first concert after one of its members went solo. 50,000 fans attended the show in Japan, demonstrating that the act remains popular as ever. We have this and much more on today's entertainment news.
The first solo concert of Girls' Generation at the Tokyo Dome sold out its 50,000 available seats. 4 years have passed since the group's debut in Japan, and Girls' Generation wowed the fans with 27 songs in a show lasting 3 hours. The group has been one member short since Jessica left the team 3 months ago, but the recent successful concert by the 8-member configuration of Girls' Generation has proven that K-pop in Japan is as hot as ever. Jazz singer Malo has released a new album with songs commemorating the victims of the tragic Seoul ferry accident in April. Her first new album in 7 years contains 2 commemorative songs, Don't Forget and To Where You Were. Malo will hold a series of concerts with fellow jazz artists Chun Jae-deok and Park Ju-won starting on December 26th. Kayagum master Hwang Byung-gi has released an album of Kayagum's Sanjo or freestyle solo that took him 3 decades to complete. The Sanjo, composed of 8 movements with a performing time of 70 minutes, is the longest among all the Kayagum Sanjo pieces. The acclaimed traditional musician said his Sanjo music should be enjoyed in a fully absorbed and contemplative manner, such as one might adopt when listening to the works of Bach.
A visit to the hospital these days unveils a world of aesthetic or medicinal shots named after celebrities. Imagine getting the Beyonce injection. The American singer reportedly takes it to brighten her complexion. Today we have the scoop on various types of aesthetic injections, their efficacy and precautions.
Many workplaces and businesses are concentrated in the Gangnam area in Seoul. From a few years back, the area has also been known as the place to go for a wide range of aesthetic and medicinal injections, such as vitamin or cocktail shots.
피로 회복이나 피부가 좋아진다고들 알고 있어서 여자들이 많이 맞는다고 들었어요.
There are also what's called the Cinderella injection, good for preventing aging, the anti-fatigue garlic injection, and the Beyonce injection, known for its skin brightening effects. The shots are very popular among office workers and mothers. Kim Ji-eun decided to try out the whitening and Cinderella treatments as she worried about her sagging and darkening skin as the years passed. She didn't expect much going in, but she came out very happy.
제가 딱 보기에 피부가 되게 환해지고 생기가 있었어요. 네, 그래서 확실히 주사를 맞아서 좀 달라졌구나라는 생각이 들었고.
With no major side effects, she said her skin has noticeably improved. However, a thorough diagnosis of your skin condition must precede any injection. We visited a hospital providing these procedures and talked with an official. At some clinics, patients are advised to receive 2 or more injections at the same time. But there is a reaction against a reckless spread of aesthetic injections. Some dispute whether they are worth the cost.
자신의 생활 습관이 잘못되어 일시적으로 피부나 비만에 도움을 받았다면 실제로는 주사보다는 생활 습관을 개선하는 것이 단기간 그리고 장기간에 훨씬 유용한 것임을 환자들이 더 알아야 될 것 같습니다.
It's better not to expect a dramatic makeover from a single injection, but rely on managing daily habits and consider other medical solutions. This may be the key to staying young.
Now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.